Tragedy. It can strike us all at any given moment. It happens when you least expect it, and the effects can last for ages. Does tragedy help bring us together? Today, we will explore how people have been affected by tragedy. So, Chris, how does grief affect you as a person, really?
Personally, people always say that you should talk to each other to help it let it out. Personally, I like to keep things to myself and let time heal it. Because you can't really affect anything that happens, you can't really change the past. So I'd say keep to myself, just think about what happened, process it all, and just.
So I remember the Parkland shooting the one day, coming home from school and walking into the house, turning on the TV, and realizing that a bunch of news stories were covering another school shooting that had happened, and it was all over social media and everything. And I couldn't believe that another senseless shooting by someone who.
So, Chris, just run me through what the day that you were having, or what happened when you heard about the Las Vegas shooting.
When I heard about it, I was at home.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically enough, I was watching YouTube, and then I had my headphones in, and then my mom turned on the TV, and we get a breaking news alert saying, "Hey, Las Vegas shooting, many killed. Suspect is still. They're trying to detain the suspect and everything." But it's kind of crazy just think of how many shootings already happened that year, and how many people just tragically lost their lives for no reason. There was no intent behind it for them. They just wanted to go to a concert and have a fun time. To think that someone's life abruptly ended like that for someone who is not maybe right in the head or might have a mental illness, which is wholly another subject, but it's crazy to think that your life can just change like that. It's gonna affect regulations now and everything. It has an everlasting effect on everyone around it. It's one event can change a whole decade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, bro. It seems that any time there is a tragic event, everyone reacts differently. We wanted to get more input on how people reacted to national or personal tragedies, and try to find a similarity between everyone's reactions. So we contacted a close friend of ours in order to get more input on how they react to national or personal tragedies.
Combat training, and all of us were under a pavilion in a group, but there's this one kid that stayed back and nobody realized because he could have been in the bathroom or something. But anyway, he stayed back. He went up to the roof of our 3-story barracks and he just jumped. He tried to kill himself. He didn't. He landed on his legs. At first, I was just shocked. that it happened. I kind of just stood there, like, just in shock. Like, I couldn't believe that actually just happened. I stayed back. I didn't know what to do. And I honestly couldn't really do anything because our drill sergeants didn't want us around him. But yeah, I pretty much just kept to myself, probably for about a week. I mean, everyone else went through the same thing that I did, so I kind of pretty much figured everyone else was feeling and thinking the same things. But after that week, I did kind of talk about it a little bit, and I was right. Everyone else was pretty much thinking the same thing as me. But I mean, life moves on, so you just gotta move with it.
I still felt like I didn't have enough information. I wanted to reach out to a couple more people to get their input to see how they react to tragic situations that happen around our country. So, how do you deal with grief?
I deal with grief personally kind of by myself. I like go outside, I'll listen to music, just kind of chill by myself. So I kind of just have time to let things roll over. I don't kind of dwell on it too much, kind of give it like a 24-hour thing. So after 24 hours, I just try to move on.
So, Zarius, how did you react when you heard about the Parkland shooting? Like, where were you?
Well, one thing, I was in school, and we were talking about it in my law enforcement class. And well, the one thing that popped up in my mind was like, why? And I bet that will like really pop up in really everyone's mind. Like, why would this like school shooting in Florida like that happened last year? Like, why would they do that? Like, why would a young kid just walk up inside a school and just start shooting people? And we were talking about it in class and stuff like that. And well, the thing is, there are many reasons why people do that. Maybe it has to do with the fact that they went to the school, maybe they were bullied in the school, or maybe they had like a bad childhood, or it's just many reasons why. It's just many reasons why that people do that kind of stuff. There's reasons behind everything.
So, Cole, do you remember where you were when you heard about the Boston Marathon bombing?
I was in my living room. I was standing around watching the TV, and when it came on TV, it was kind of weird because it kind of seemed surreal because we've never kind of really experienced 9/11, so like bombings in general kind of felt like they wouldn't happen in America again. So that's why it kind of seemed surreal when it finally did happen.
We didn't get the exact answer we were looking for, but a common similarity between all reactions was how they referenced time. It seems that people look to time as the best medicine for healing. Everybody reacts differently to tragic situations. Some may isolate themselves, while others talk about it. But these differences come from the same stem, which is time. With time, we grieve, we mourn, we heal, and we move on.